Hi, I'm Stacy, and today I wanted to show you how to make a shelf-stable baking powder biscuit mix. Okay, so we're going to start out with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of baking powder, and then we're going to add a half a teaspoon of salt. I do have Himalayan pink salt here, but you can choose whatever you want. And then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of powdered milk. It's the dry powder. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. And this we're just going to whisk together. And at this point, if you wanted this to be just a mix that you wanted to keep on your shelf, you would put this into an airtight container and then store it until you're ready to use. But I would recommend that you put the instructions on the side of the jar so you don't forget how to use it in the future. And now I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so it's all blended together. And now we're going to add a half a cup of room temperature butter. Now, if you don't have butter, you can use lard or you can use shortening, but butter does make it taste better and I think it's healthier for you. And I'm also going to be using this pastry blender, which is really nice. But if you don't have one, you can use a fork. It just takes a little longer to blend it together. So what I'm doing here is we're going to be blending the butter in with your flour mixture until it's like pea-sized granules. It doesn't take very long, but it's just nice to have. Makes it easier to blend it up anyway and to prepare your biscuits if they're all well integrated together. Okay, so I just have a little bit of butter stuck to this thing, but it doesn't usually stick for very much. Okay. And once the butter is integrated enough into your flour mixture, you will then add some water. Now it's anywhere between 3/4 cup of cold water and 1 cup. But we're going to start out with the lower amount, about 3/4 cup. The reason is because if the humidity in the air is too high, you're going to end up having, well, your mixture is going to be really wet. So let's start out with 3/4 cup and see if we need to add more water from there. Okay, so we're going to be blending this up the best I can. The thing with biscuit dough is you don't want to overhandle it or overmix it, so don't use an electric mixer on this. And like I said, if you're using your hands, which is fine, you don't want to overhandle it. All you're trying to do is bring the dough together. The reason we don't want to overmix is because your final product will be very dense and heavy. And if we're going for something that's light and fluffy, which I think we're ready now, then you just want to stop mixing as soon as it's ready. So see, this is what it is. It's just a big ball of dough. It sticks together pretty well. So at this point, I'm going to put some flour on my board. And we're going to roll this out. We want to get some flour on our rolling pin as well. And the goal is to roll it out to about a 1/2 inch thick. Sometimes you got to flip it. You want to get the flour on all sides. Roll it out, but then you're going to want to fold it over and roll it again. The reason we're going to fold it over, and we're going to do this a few times, is so that we can add those flaky layers to your biscuits. Make sure there's always enough flour on your board and in between your layers as you're folding it over. Okay, I'm going to fold it over again 2 times. And we're going to roll it out again. Okay, and now it's not feeling quite as sticky because we had the extra flour there. And I think we're ready to go ahead and do this. We're gonna roll it out to a 1/2 inch thick. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut it out with our biscuit cutter. If you don't have a biscuit cutter, just use a cup or a glass from your cupboard. It works just as well. And there's no need in buying extra equipment for your kitchen if you really don't need it. The good thing about this biscuits is that they're super fast to put together. So if you have company coming over and you just don't have enough bread or rolls, you can just throw together some biscuits. Or if you just want to feed your family really fast on a Sunday dinner, that works too. And just imagine how much nicer it is if you have the mix already pre-put together, and then all you have to do is add in your wet ingredients and roll it out to go. So it just makes it a little faster, especially if you're working and you're busy. Okay, so this is what the tray is going to look like. It doesn't matter if they even touch a little, that's okay too. And the final product should look like this. So you want to bake it just till they're very lightly browned on top. We don't want to overcook them because the bottoms are going to brown darker than the tops, and so we just don't want the bottoms to burn and your tops to be too dark. So go ahead and stop it as soon as you're done. When it's golden, it's going to be baked in a 350-degree oven on the middle rack, and like I said, just until they're a very light brown on top. Thank you and have a nice day. I hope you have a wonderful day.